Okay, hi, it's Becca, and I'm making a video tutorial on how to use the pen tool for making a text path. This is something I get questions on with some regularity. It's one of those things that's easier to teach by showing how it's done than to type out steps, so it's perfect for a video tutorial. Hopefully I'm making the recording right and you'll be able to see what I'm doing. Okay, so what I have here open on my screen is Photoshop, and I've pulled up a layout of mine that was made with Ephemeral Soul, and I'm going to add a text path that kind of follows the line of the elements around here so that I can add a little bit of journaling. So the first thing I want to do is get out my pen tool here. It's this one over on the left. It looks like a pointy nubby pen. I'm going to choose the pen tool first, and I'm going to set the points right now that I want to be sharp corners. We'll get the curves worked out in a minute. So I'm going to want the journaling to start here, and then I'm going to want it to follow this line that's curved, curved, curved. I want a corner here, curved, 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 a corner here, and another curve here to end at this point. So that's the basic line of the text, and of course it doesn't look anything now like I want it to look when I'm done. So I'm going to use the Add Anchor Point tool, which is right here. It hides under the pen tool. I'm going to select that one. Now you see I've got a little plus sign by my pen tool, so I'm adding a point. And I'm going to go right here on this line, see how my cursor changes to the pen tool, and I'm going to add a point here, not drag, just to click right on that line. So there I go. There's my new point. Now that it's there, you can see that handles are extended to each end, and that's the distance the curve is going to go. So I'm going to pull that point down here now so that it follows the line of the elements. See how it does that? Now I want another point up here because I want it to curve back out. So I'm going to add a point here, and again you can see my handles, and I'm going to add it right there like that. I'm going to pull this one up a little bit, and I can adjust how sharp this curve is by pulling on the end points of either of these handles. I can also adjust the angle by adjusting those handle points. So they're really fantastic for fine-tuning the curves of this line once I've got it in place. There we go. Kind of like the way that looks. Make this a little less curvy. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing up here to add the curve around this ribbon. Have that pop up just a little more, like this, like this. Oops. Right there it is. And one more up here to follow that curve. See how easy it is to make the little adjustments on these with the handles. And if you don't like them, you can go over here and choose the Delete Anchor Point tool. Get rid of that one. And then add anchor point tool to put another one into place, or to not add one at all, whatever suits the line that you're after. Alright, so once you get the line approximately where you want it, you can add the text to the line by choosing the text tool. Here it is. Let me give my computer a minute to work. I've got a lot of programs open right now. That was probably poor planning on my part. Okay, so I've got my text tool. I've got a Georgia font. It's far too large. Okay, now when I hover over my text path, you can see the cursor change. When it changes to that little squiggly line, that's where you're going to be able to type on the path. So I click, and now I can type right here on the text path. This is where the text will go. And it will beautifully follow this line along. And you can use dots or text or whatever you want to follow this line, which is a fantastic way to add a little bit of visual interest to a page. Okay, let's say that's the way I want it. And maybe this curve is a little sharp here for me, so I'm going to make an adjustment by highlighting that spot so I can get the point back up. I still have my Add Anchor tool. And I can grab that point just like I could before, and it'll move the whole line of text, which is fantastic for fine-tuning after we got the basic part of the text in place. So I think you find that this is something you can use in a lot of different ways on a lot of different types of pages. To get a beautiful curved line of text using the pen tool. There you go. I hope you found that helpful, and maybe I'll make another video tutorial sometime.